Hello my beautiful friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Mandy and this is where I like to talk about things in real life. And lately, that's a lot of makeup and makeup panning. So if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned, hit the subscribe button, and let's get into today's video. Today I have an update for the I Heart the 90s Project Pan. This is a Pantastic Ladies collab group project and it was created by Laura. I will have her channel linked in the description below. You can follow this project by going to iHeart, Heart 90SPP. I'll have it all in the description below. This is a year-long project that started on January 1st and goes until December 31st, and it is a rolling style project all about the 90s. So if that sounds interesting, you're in the right place. Let's get into today's video, or today's update. So I'm currently working on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 products. You can have 8 to 10 products in this project, and looks like I'm currently working on 9. So let's see what my progress is and if I can roll anything out. Spoilers, I will. And what I can roll in. Alright, the first prompt I have a product for is for Thelma and Louise, a duo product. And for that, I chose this little compact from Espionage Cosmetics. It is a build your own compact. And it has these two shades right here. They are Dungeon Crawl and Go Alone, and I did not use them at all this month. My goal is to use each shade 5 times, and so far I have used them each once. So 4 more uses to go on each of those. No progress this month. I've been focusing on other things, and you'll see why. Alright, next up is for the prompt Clueless, a product that you were clueless on how to use when you got into makeup. And for me, that was eyebrow pencil, because I never did anything to my eyebrows. I grew up in thinking, Brooke Shields had great eyebrows, bushy, natural eyebrows. So I never colored them or plucked them or tweezed them or anything. So I brought in a brow liner, and this is a brow liner eyebrow pencil by Kokie in dark brown. I am not wearing it today, but my goal was to use it 10 times, and I did that. I used it every time I wore makeup, and I used it 10 times, and I did mark it on the paper, and as you can see, that is where we started, and that is how much I used up in 10 uses. So pretty good progress. That'll last me a few months at that rate. And I am rolling this guy out. Next up was for the Lion King, a black owned product. And for that I brought in my Juvia's Place, the Rebel Grays palette. And this is what it looks like. My goal was to use each shade twice, and so far over the last month I used this shade once and this shade once, and then the previous month I'd used this shade once and this shade I've used twice. So that one is complete, and then I have to use each of these gray silvers at least one more time, and hopefully I will have these done by the next update. And then next we're going to the next page. Okay, the next product is for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and that is a mythological themed creature. For that I brought in my Galaxy Chic palette, and I went for a mythological person, and I brought in Aphrodite, and that is this shade right here. My goal was to use it 20 times. I am amending that goal. I'm amending almost all of my eyeshadow goals. I realized that I put a lot of eyeshadows in projects for 20 uses, and that's too many uses for the numbers of times I wear makeup in a month, which is usually between 10 to 14 times a month. And I have too many eyeshadows I'm working on and I'm not making enough progress. So I have amended this to 10 uses. Before this month I had used it 4 times. This month I have used it 3 more times. So up to 7 uses, and that is what it is looking like. It is starting to get a little bit of a dip on the top, but yeah, not a whole lot of use, but definitely getting some use. So 3 more uses for Aphrodite, and then that will be rolling out. Next up is for Bop It, a product that pumps, twists, or pulls. And I brought in my Bliss Makeup Melt Wet Dry Gentle Gentle Gel Cleanser with Rose Flower. This guy here. I brought it into the project and I can't remember what the goal was. Hello? Hi. There we go. The focus was being really slow. I was going to go back and watch the video, but I never did, so I said I was going to use it for 20 times, and this last month I used it 5 times, and previously I'd used it 17, so I've used it 22 times, and I'm going to roll this product out. Brought it into the project, it was right up here, and then we are now down to here just a little bit. I've been away from home a lot this month, so I haven't been using it as much, but I'm getting a little more use because I feel like the mascara I'm wearing takes like a little bit extra to get off, so we made consistent progress on that. Alright, the next product is one that I think I rolled in the first intro, and that is for Pokemon. A product that reminds you of your favorite Pokemon, and I brought in a shade from my Trendy in Tokyo because my favorite Pokemon is Dratini, and this was a shadow I had in for 20 uses. It's still staying in for 20 uses. It's this guy right here, this light blue. I do have it on my eyes today in the inner half of my lids, well, inner 2/3. Prior to this update, I had used it 16 times. That's why it is staying in for 20. And this month I have used it 2 more times, bringing me up to 18. So I have 2 more uses to go. And it is looking well go the right way. It is looking well loved. There is a little bit of a dip in there, but it is a matte, and that you can kind of see the dip going on in there. And it is it's going to be around for a while. And while I have this out, I brought this palette in for Lisa Frank. For a colorful product, because this is a colorful palette, and I randomly selected the shade Imperial Palace, which is this green shade right here. I had it in for 20 uses, and I brought that down to 10 uses. Before this update, I'd only used it 4 times, and this month I have used it 4 times. So I'm up to 8 uses, and I have 2 more uses to go. You can see that it's starting to get a little bit of a dip as well. Really love the colors in this palette and looking forward to getting more use out of it. I do have Imperial Palace on the outer corners of my eyes, and yeah, 2 more uses to go on that, and that should roll out next month. And that hopefully both of those colors will roll out next month. I've been focusing on them a lot. And then lastly, in the eyeshadow, I have for the prompt Jenko Jeans, a product with bulky packaging, and I brought in this bulky little honker here. This is the Medusa's Makeup Baked eyeshadow in the shade Woke. It is a bright yellow gold. My goal again was 20 uses. I have cut that down to 15. Prior to this update, I had used it 11 times, and over the last month I have used it 3, including today. I have it on my inner corner and then tap lightly as a topper over the blue and green. And that leaves 1 use left to meet my goal. So that brought me to 14 uses out of 15, 1 use left. I am going to roll this prompt out considering it done, and I promise I will use it 1 more time before the next update. And that is a product rolling out, And then the very last product in the project right now is for Dunkaroos, a food themed item, and I brought in this lotion by Refreshments in Coconut Colada. And I can't really tell where I am, but if I squeeze it, I'm right about here. So yeah, I'm making good progress on this. Not my favorite formula, but I do like the scent of this one better than one I had used previously. It's not a bad hand lotion. It's not the greatest, but it works. And it has a lovely scent. I've used it 15 times since bringing into the project last month. So that's 15 total uses, and we are probably about halfway done. So if we count along, I am rolling this guy out. I am rolling out the Makeup Melt, and I'm rolling out the eyebrow pencil, which I put on the floor because I don't have much room in front of me. So that's 3 rollouts. So that means we need to pick 3 new products, 3 new prompts, and 3 new products to go with it. So I have my pretty random app here. I have it set 1 to 40. If I get a number I've already worked on, we'll just re-roll another number. So let's go ahead and roll. The first number is number 38. Okay, 38 is inflatable furniture, a lightweight or airy product. Okay, and then next, number 27, we already had that. That's what's up. So next it rolled 36, which is Color Lisa Frank. Number 11 is Clueless. We're currently working on that. I should really make this better. 30, Miss Cleo, a product you feel like is a ripoff. And then that's 2. And then finally, number 5, we did that one. Number 24. Sorry about this. We've done that one. Number 33. We have not done that. Okay. That is Butterfly Clips, a product with cute packaging. Okay, so we rolled in inflatable furniture, lightweight, airy product, Butterfly Clips, cute packaging, and Miss Cleo, a product you feel like is a ripoff. So let me take a moment to deliberate on those products, and I will be right back to show you what I picked. Okay, I'm back, and that took me a minute or two. So let's I'm just looking at my notepad and like, okay, did I get everything? Okay, I think so. I had to deliberate for a few things for a few minutes. So first one, Miss Cleo, a product that you feel like is a ripoff, and I'm bringing in this little body spray from Medusa's Makeup in Lovely Human. I got this from their subscription box, and although it smells nice, I spray it and immediately afterwards cannot smell it on myself. It is, I think, a ripoff. It is not worth the money. Like, if I'm spraying a body spray, I want to be able to smell it. And literally, I can smell it when I spray it, but then once it's on my body, I can't smell it anymore. So I'm bringing that in, and my goal is going to be to finish it up. I don't know if I can see through the package to see where it is. No, I cannot. So the package is completely opaque, so I will just have to guess. Right now it's pretty full, but I'm going to, try and use this up. I will take it with me and use it all the time, and it should be no problem. It'll be done by next update. Next is for Butterfly Clips, a product with cute packaging. I think this is cute. This is a Lipstick Queen lipstick, and this component is, I think, super cute and super 80s or 90s. This is in the shade, what is this called actually? Crazed Greige. And I will give you a swatch There it is, sort of a pinky beige nude color. I picked this up at TJ Maxx and I have barely worn it and I want to get some use out of it, so I'm going to bring it in for 10 uses. That way it's not too few and not too many. Just making a note so I remember how many uses I'm bringing it in for. So 10 uses on that Crazed Greige shade. I think that's going to be a pretty cool toned pink color. And then finally, for inflatable furniture, a lightweight or airy product, I am bringing in my NYX HD finishing powder, and this is just in translucent. It is light and airy. I put it on all the time, and my goal for this will be 20 uses because I'm not going to try and hit pan. It is brand new. But yeah, so we're going to bring that in for 20 uses, and that's it. I'm going to write that down too, 20 uses. That way I don't come back in a month from now going, I don't remember how long I'm going to do this. We're going to hit pan. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, so 20 uses on the finishing powder for inflatable furniture. Cute packaging is lipstick for 10 uses. That's 10. And then I'm going to finish up this body spray that doesn't last for 5 seconds. And that is everything for today's video. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me any comments, suggestions down below. Just say hi if you want to. And yeah, if you're not already subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscription button and the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload my next video. And until that time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later. Bye!